My hair's getting big. I got a wayward eyelash. Yeah, they drive me crazy. I mean, I get it, eyelashes keep dust and stuff, large particles out of our eyes, but they recycle so much. Like, you shed them and you grow new ones constantly, and it's annoying to me. It pokes me in the eye a lot. I need lip balm. Where's my lip balm? Oh, it's under the laptop. I need to put it there because this is like an everyday thing. There it is. I hate daylight savings time. It's just ridiculous. They do it to jack people up, man. Everything's intentional. Everybody, they all do it. Everything to just so deliberately, Everything is so deliberate. It's all intentional, and then they're like, it's just dumb. The world got to be, the planet Earth got to be collectively lame. Hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Heoc empath. I just like doing these little talks on the way I feel about things. That's better. Whoa. That was like bright. Is that the lowest setting? Dang. Anyway, that's better. I'm hot. I need to take off. I just took Luna and Tucker around for a walk around, and it's chilly. And then now I get to put my slippers back on. I'm so excited that I get to wear these. Mm-hmm. They came from my brother was in Iraq for the Army Guard for a year, and then he would do hops and go all over every place his heart desire, every place he ever wanted to go. He rode he rode elephants and camels and yeah, so I can't remember where they're from. They're either from, I don't know, and I doubt he remembers because he's a different version of himself. So anyway, they came from, and they're all fleece lined and stuff. But I have t-shirts from like Japan, when he went to Japan, because you could just take hops. Cost like $30 and go from Iraq to Japan for 4 days. See whatever 5 days. See what
That made a lot of difference.
Yeah, so it's all a club. He spent time in yeah, Benny's getting the oh good eye, Ma. Good call. She just saved your life, Benny. So thank you, Grandma Reda. Benny love you too. Australia, he was down there for a while.
Really?
Yeah. So he did all of his traveling and he saw all of his sights, but these are like a souvenir of our old relationship, because now we don't have one.
You and him?
Yeah. Anyway, we're just kind of winding down. It's been a long 2 years. 2 years. We've been here the whole thing started in October of 2020 when we had to leave Oregon. So we've been unsettled for over 2 years. And finally we get to settle. The lady that owns the place is super nice. She came today, and she comes and she's like me. She just does all these little projects, But she takes care of her mom, who I believe is in her 90s.
Her mother?
Yeah, in town. And so that's how I think that's why she let us live here, is because she took care of her aunts in this trailer.
Oh, it's amazing.
And so, and she takes care of her mom, and I just, because I just broke down. I was just like, lady, I just want a place to live with Mom and just where we can be, you know, just be. And I'm gonna put on my hat. Freaking, it had a little ball on it, little dingly ball thing, and I hated it. And then I noticed last night it wasn't there anymore, and then this morning Luna puked it up. So that took care of that. Anyway, I don't remember what I was saying. Oh, so I was just like, I don't want to move. And she's like, I said, is it just a year lease? And she's like, no. I said, good. I said, good, because if you never make me, we won't ever move. She's like, okay. Yeah, as long as I pay rent and keep the place clean, that's all she wants. And that's what I do. That's what I do. And it's been stressful. Because even where I was, I mean, yeah, we had the security of having the roof over our head and the warmth and things like that. Yeah, I knew it was temporary the whole time going into it, And this is the first time that we're in a place, and this place is like, I don't know. I was looking online because all my lights broke, and all that stuff. As far as I'm concerned, this is one of those points in time in life that I'm okay with letting stuff go. And starting new, fresh. Yep. And that's definitely, we're in that eclipse season, and it's definitely that time for a lot of people. I personally don't love change. I don't freaking, oh, yay, yay, get to move again. Yay, whoopee, yay. That ain't all fun. And seeing people that have roots, and I had roots we had roots in Omaha. I mean, 2331. That was a nice place. I own that. I bought that was a nice place in Benson. It was a nice place. I just it sold for undervalue, and it was my fault because I didn't have a real estate agent that worked for me, and I was hasty and self-will run riot, and I got to learn a lot of lessons during that period of time. And it wasn't the same place when I left as it was when I moved in there, because they took out all the trees in the backyard, all the surrounding trees. And I remember feeling like I was wearing my skin inside out. It sucks so bad. We had this, in the neighbor's yard, the city made him take it down because it dropped a branch. And it was a colossal cottonwood.
That's a good time.
It was huge. That thing was ginormous. It was over 100 foot tall, easy.
Wow.
And it had all the critters that lived in it, and the cardinals that would come visit and stuff like that. And then they took it down, and they took all the other trees down around it, and I was just like, it felt like Mars. I felt like we were just so wide open and so exposed, and I was seeing people's backyards, and I didn't want to, and it was terrible. And I was like, you know what? I tried to make a life in Omaha 15 years. It's time to go back west, get closer to the family. And then my idea didn't match with what God's idea was. Creator's idea was. Didn't match up. And then it's just been kind of hard ever since. Yep, hit or miss. 6 years. We left in 2016. So, and we're like 10 miles supposedly from one of your relatives on Ancestry. Yeah, her name is Betty Romero or something like that. But I think she lives in Albuquerque now, but she lived her whole life in Cuesta.
Oh, that's where she lives.
Yeah, but like you have relatives around here, it's a trip. It's just a trip how life freaking see, because that's the thing is like the time that I went to Oregon, that's what I wanted to do, and I made it happen, right? We made it happen. We everything, it was all systems go. And then when I got there, things blew up. I don't think he's gonna fall off, Ma. I think he's more aware about his surroundings.
Oh, okay.
Good boy, Beanie. Beanie, you're such a good boy. I guess I kiss your face, Beanie.
He's all snuggled in. Yeah,
My feet hurt today. It's a bad feet day. But that was me, making things happen. And then Creator said, nope, we got different plans for you. You're not going to live in Salem, Oregon. You're going to live in Arroyo Hondo, New Mexico.
that's quite a difference.
I mean, our whole life has been like that, though. But I've been wanting roots the whole time. I've always wanted a place. It was a comfortable. Wherever I'm at, I'm going to put my energy into making it nice, right? So, yeah, a lot of people thought it was the cutest house on the street. I didn't pay attention to any of the other, except when I have to bring other houses their Amazon packages. But, I just thought the whole street was cute. 63rd Street, North 63rd Street. And then it had a nice little, they had freaking too many bars, I think, but it was like bars and thrift stores and little restaurants and sandwich shops and things like that. That Benson area, that was pretty cool. But then, I don't know. Things changed and it was time to go. And
Well, we kept us together.
oh man, Ma, kept us together.
Yeah.
Kept us together.
Yeah.
Kept us together. Anyway, it's been a long trek. Oh, so anyway, we're just kind of I think everybody's just exhausted and tired and I mean, look at Benny over here. He's just so freaking cute. Let's see.
We made it through though. We didn't give up.
I don't even know how to do that, Ma. I thought about it, but I'm like, what? Okay, if I were gonna give up, what does that mean? What does that look like? Look at you, Benny. Beanie Bugs.
Oh, cute. Oh, poor boy, Benny. Sleepy head.
And I know that people have breakdowns and fall apart and things like that. I understand, but I'm like, what does that mean? Does that mean they get to go away and do a bunch of drugs and talk to a bunch of people? Well, I couldn't even do that. I couldn't even do that because there's no falling apart. It's never been an option. And I see other people that fall apart, and I'm just like, why are you falling apart about this? It happens. It sucks. It's a terrible situation. People don't know how to go on. They don't have gumption. They don't have that personal drive. They just
Push through.
To push through. And me, I'm full spectrum. I gotta recharge my batteries a lot, but at the same time when my batteries are charged, I put a lot of energy into stuff, and I push past my lazy because I want to just do nothing. I would love it if I could just do nothing. And that's not the case. I don't get to do nothing. Which is, me doing nothing isn't a good idea. It's not a safe neighborhood. My mind in Nothingsville. But the idol's mind is the dead. What is that saying? The idol's an idle mind is I don't know. It's just all. It's no good. It's no good when I'm just have nothing to do. So. And I've done a lot of hobbies too. I was looking at that here. I'm trying to figure out where to put this stuff. This is our box of art stuff.
Have you been painting?
That's what I'm saying, Mom. This is our box of art stuff, our paints that we on Sundays I went and got all these art supplies, and then on Sundays after Shannon moved out and it was just you and me, you had been down in the basement too long, so I was trying to get you to come upstairs more often. And so on Sundays, after I go do shopping or whatever, I'd make, or we'd paint. And you'd paint and then I'd paint. That's when I did this. This is my tag. This is my tag. It's a exclamation point and a question mark, and they share the same dot. You'd be, yeah. I thought of it when I was, well, I didn't think of it because people do it all the time. Or maybe not that, but they do exclamation. Well, actually, most people do question mark, exclamation point, and that just makes my head hurt. And that to me looks like a heart, and it's like I've always been really excited because I've been high energy, you know, and I don't really know why. That's what I mean. It's my tag. It's in concrete in places all over.
Oh, really?
Yeah, at Offutt Air Force Base. I bet it's still in concrete. There's a pole that they put in so people wouldn't back in to the and it's behind there.
Oh.
It's in wet concrete all over. I think it might be in Crete.
In where?
The island of Crete.
Oh, actually, that's quite a distance.
Yeah, I was there for a minute. Anyway, now, once I get more and more settled in and this stuff put away, I hate this stuff. And my feet hurt, and I'm a whiny baby. My feet hurt so bad today. I don't even know why. I don't know. The weather's always shifting. Like it was snowing the last couple mornings. Yeah. And then
That would be
I got Artie on CBD, and it's making him feel better.
That's good.
Even though, I mean, he's just,
That's good.
he's getting old. He's just,
That's good.
it just sucks. It just sucks. That's all.
Always happy now.
Yep, love him while you got him. That's what we do. Well, he's 13, and see, and he just did. When we lived in Omaha, we played frisbee, and he just ran and ran, you know. And I don't think it's not. It's like he's just his back end is getting tired, like weaker, too. But I mean, he just went to the vet. He's healthy. He's just it's his structure. But I'm gonna see if I can get him some Remedal or whatever that stuff is called. Arthur ate a half a pill twice a day of that stuff for like the last 2 years he was alive, 3 years. Anyway.
It helps him.
Yeah, it does. Gives him better quality of life a little while longer. Lets us love him a while longer. So yeah, now for the next chapter. Now we're gonna have outings. Once we get through winter, we've been walking around the yard and stuff. You like it out here, huh, Ma?
Yeah.
And then about 2.5 miles from here is the John Dunn Bridge, so we'll go out and see what there is to see out there a couple times a week. That's like so much closer than where we lived to the like where the park was even. And Ma, it's a way cooler place than the park. I tell you that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, the new stuff begins. The evolution continues as the world continues to dissolve and all these freaking, man, it's crazy, Ma. I can't even tell you.
The world isn't the same anymore.
And not only is it not the same, is that people are in a constant barrage of like, they want to make it like this group of people want to make the world like this, and then this group of people, and so it's like, and so, and then now it's sports season, so then you have that percentage of the population that is just completely oblivious as to what's going on. And then you got all the little, I got my sticker. When's that coming? Day after tomorrow. Oh my gosh. I never belonged on this planet, Ma. I just always thought that the stuff that a small group of people did that impacted such a large group of people, it was always just really stupid. Their ideas were really dumb. And they were clearly self-serving. And I always would just think about ways that they could be doing it, and how people could be taken care of. Like here in Taos, they could have shower facilities. They could have shower facilities here for the travelers, But you know who spoils it a lot is the people with money. Is that a lot of times they're freaking dirtier and filthier and nastier than the people on the street. Because they're used to somebody else cleaning up after them. They fucking suck. They're freaking Mercedes vans and oh my gosh, they make my third eye twitch. That's why I'm like, I don't care the color of people's skin. I don't care their ethnicity. I don't care about any of that stuff. But man, rich people just. And I've hung out with a lot of really rich people. I've worked at freaking hospitals and universities and, people that just pay themselves exorbitant, just obnoxious amounts of money, and they do very little. And I always thought how lame it was. How just people, I don't know, it's a trip. But that people want that money. They want that drive. That's how they define themselves, with all the things that they can buy.
They want to use it against the approach that is like, look, I'm one step ahead of you.
Yeah, I gotcha, Ma. I gotcha. It's just, I don't know. People use it for power and control, and they take a lot of cuts. They take a lot of cuts because, and I remember this guy in Oregon. He had this old coupe, and he'd show it in car shows and stuff. And he was the previous owner of the donut shop. Come to find out, he didn't own it anymore. But the guy had like more money, and he worked at a bomb manufacturer.
At a bomb?
Yeah, down outside of Salem, in Roseburg, I think it was. And they just it's what he did for 40 years. Is he worked at a factory that they make bombs. So every 20, it's like, okay, the warehouses are full, initiate bullshit, operation whatever bullshit, and then, empty it out and freaking kill a bunch of people in other countries. And then, he had a really good life because of it. And I remember him telling me a story about how he was going to have a big old garage put in for his son, like a big fancy one, right? Where they, like, with the lifts so he could get the car up and top dollar. And he called the best guy in town, And the guy came out, and the guy said, "Well, I'm really booked up right now." And he's like, "Oh, that's too bad, because I was going to give somebody $1,000 in cash right now, if they could start tomorrow." And he's like, "Okay, let me push some stuff around." And that's what that's always what sucked, is that people that push stuff around and make things happen, and the deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And because other people are getting put off.
Off to the side.
Yeah, they're just getting blown off. And there's so many just terrible contractors and just shady doings, with all that stuff. They're building houses here in Taos, the contractors. This is a conversation I overheard at the burger joint. And they 500 a square foot is what they're charging for these houses that they're constructing.
That's a lot of
That's a lot of money. And this was like a couple months back, so it's probably even more now. But it's just like, how you're paying, and then you drive, and it always kills me, because it's like, oh, I gotta pay for materials. Stop buying the freaking this stuff that they buy, the gaudiest, like because it's the motif, it's the niche. They can buy the highest end, but it's ugly. It's ugly. And then you have these tourists and these people with obnoxious amounts of money that come in and go, "Oh, it's cute, let's just buy it." And the locals can't find places to live. The locals cannot find places to live.
Oh, there he is. I didn't know you. And the locals, and they couldn't.
It's a hard. The housing. They say that here. Oh, where I live. It's or not where we live, but down in Taos. It is 40% of the houses are empty, because people want to do those temporary housing and just gouge people and stuff. It's ridiculous. It's all about money. The whole world is all about money, and nobody cares about people. And all these people are like, "Shit, man, what are we gonna do?" And it's been crazy, but we're finally at a good place. Hey you. You are so meowsies. It's like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Whenever. As long as I get naps, as long as I get rest, I'm okay with it. I don't care. Wake me up. Let's hang out. Still haven't got the bed yet. I gotta go down and finish paying off the rest of it. I see Benny, Ma. He's cute. I made good. I've been acting more like an adult lately, whatever that means to me. But I've been a grown up, right? And I'm making butternut squash. I still haven't made it yet, because there's a couple ingredients. I was gonna wait and to go into town. I don't like really. Well, I don't know. There's a couple things I need to get, and I was waiting until Monday to do it. I didn't want to do it on Sunday. And so I'm going to make butternut squash for the first time.
I was going to say, have you ever made it?
Nope. Butternut squash for the first time. So I got a lot of the ingredients. There's just 2 things I'm missing. And we'll see how it turns out. But I've been cooking better, and Mom has been eating better, and it is. I mean, it is. It's like
Yeah, that's true.
It's. I mean, since we've been here, it's. Yep. It's time to grow up, huh, Ma? Not too far off from 4'9". 4'9". That's my birthday, April 9th. And I'll be 4'9". I'll be 49 on April 9th.
God, that seems...
A year before... That's a year before the age that you were when I went into the Air Force. Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
Time goes by so fast, and then some days it goes by so slow. So slow.
It works out that way.
But the days go, oh, it's just crazy. But I've been doing a pretty good job just being where my hands are, cause I'm one of those that has a hard time with freaking. Because okay, here's the situation. I have had a lot of trauma, and I've seen this in other people, and I'm doing like a lifelong consensus to find out if other people that have been through a lot of trauma, just stuff that's scary, doesn't matter is what the level of it was, just is scary to you. That's. And I've been through a lot of really, really, really scary things, and so and I've been electrocuted, and I've just had a very full life, and so and the Air Force gave me 8 anthrax vaccines, and that is put my endocrine and my
That would really
system
your system on.
it up, so it's always up here,
Oh,
and
wow.
I'm constant. See, my whole life is me. I've been fighting against, resisting being me. I've had to resist being me, and people are like, Marge. I've had people say that to me too. It was funny. Somebody, I've been watching this lady's videos, and she asked people questions, and they gave their candid answer, and this one girl said that somebody told her that she needed to be less her,
Yes, sir.
and I was like, oh, people have told that to me before, but usually I don't take on the emotion that they're trying to convey. Like if somebody's trying to hurt my feelings, I'm not gonna just give it to them. It's usually the stuff that they like
Pick it up.
like. I get my feelings hurt though. Don't get me wrong. I do get my feelings hurt. It's not for situations people probably think. Anyway, but what are you looking around at? You need something?
No, I'm just looking at that.
Oh, the brush. Anyway. But what was I saying? I was gonna go somewhere with that, and I guess I'm not going to because my train of thought derailed. Because my freaking feet hurt so bad today. Oh, so my system is always in a heightened state. And so I'm always having to keep myself down here. That's why I tap a lot.
At your own level.
I breathe. I have my breathing patterns. A lot of people have said I was weird for that. I'm like, it'd be weird if I didn't do this and just punched you in your face right now. But this is my solution to keep me from doing that. And it's worked up until this point, so I'm going to go ahead and keep doing my stupid, weird breathing instead of punching you in the face right now. Because those are my coping mechanisms. And how many people would do a lot of good for themselves if they actually had coping mechanisms, healthy ones. And I used to eat my feelings too, and I can still eat my feelings if I'm not careful now. What's that, Ma?
It would make the word. It would come back to me.
Okay.
That making it. Oh God,
It's okay. I forget stuff all the time, Ma. Every day. I walk into a room and don't remember why I walked in there. And then when I walk out, I'll remember. Yeah. But it's just you have so many thoughts in life, and there's just a lot of pollution put out there too to distract people from having even true authentic thoughts.
And they do it deliberately.
Yeah.
It's not like it's just a matter of fact. It's just deliberately. It's like a vicious.
People getting mean, Ma. They're getting kind of nasty. I keep waiting for the collective wave of bullcrap to crash, but it's just it keeps mounting and it keeps building. And oh, this was a thing that happened today. I commented Dutch Sense. I watched him. I just started watching. I like his voice. I like his inflections of his voice. He talks about earthquakes and he predicts earthquakes and things like that. Dutch Sense.
Dutch Sense?
Yes. And so he was having a heightened experience based on something Cambridge endowment. And I looked up and I'm just like, oh, it's just a group that thinks that they matter. It's just another group that thinks that they're more, that what they say, that they have clout and that they, it's just, but the thing of it is the things that maybe at some point had prestige and clout and respectability, they involved is something that they don't, none of them do. None of them. I don't see, and it's just another Fed. It's in DC. It's another Fed organ. It's just more bullshit. And so because he was talking about not doing predictions anymore, and like his life is in peril and stuff because they said something that wasn't true, and all he has to say is it wasn't true, and that's what he did. So go on with your life and back to who cares what that group said? F them, man. Freaking, can they even change a tire? I mean, what significance do these people on these panels even have in life? Nothing. They can't do anything for themselves. And a lot of people were finding out. I mean, I've known it for years because you can tell who the egotistical D-bags are. And now there's all these stories every day coming out more and more about, all the people who are shitty to work. They're just... When people go around doing whatever they want in life all the time, eventually they get to the point that they just really suck. They could get better and they could be like generous, and all that stuff, but it just doesn't happen. People turn. Yep. So anyway, the adventure continues. That's about all I got for now. Hope you have a rad day.